Hello everybody and welcome to South African Homesteader. My name is Heiria and today we will be uppotting some of my apricot and apple seedlings which I transplanted into these little containers on the 18th of January. Now today it is the 6th of Feb and we need to uppot these. Okay, so what we're going to do, I don't know if you recall, I had two apple plants which I stratified two seeds. I put it in the refrigerator for about, I think it was for about a month. I then took it out and on the 18th of January I potted it in these two cups. What I did was I made a little mistake and I planted the one apple seed with the one apricot seed. So I have two plants in the one. I don't know if you can see, this is the apple and this is the apricot. So I definitely need to change it and put it into its proper containers so that they all have enough space for the roots to grow. So what we're going to do is, firstly, I haven't watered this yesterday because it's so much easier when you don't water it to actually just take it out of the cup. And I'm now going to be putting in some of, if you've watched my previous video on how I planted my tomato seedlings, I used the exact same composition of soil and I didn't mix it through with some because they are now at the stage where we can actually give them some fertilizer so that they can grow better. So I have mixed some seed grow into the mixture that I'm going to be potting the seedlings in. Potting in my soil, and I have pre-moistened this, right? And I'm going to be putting enough so that I don't have to pot them for the next 3 months. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to leave this one for last because this is the one with the apple and the apricot plant. The one, I was wondering why the one apricot didn't come up, but then I realized this one has got an apple coming up, apple tree, and this one's got an apricot tree coming up as well. This one is empty, so clearly all the others have something coming up, and this is the only one that's empty, and this one has two. So that's when I realized that I duplicated. Instead of putting the one seed in the one seedling into this container, I actually put two in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apricot and we're going to just squeeze it a little bit, and because it's nice and dry, how beautiful is this? You can actually see the root formation. You can actually see the roots. They've started circling at the bottom and it's nice and dry. So what I'm going to do is I actually going to put this in there, and then we'll just cut the soil up. In this way we don't disturb the roots at all. We do not disturb the roots at all. So the roots are still sitting in the nice little compact home where it was, and as they spread out they will be eating this lovely fertilizer that we have given them. Okay, and that is it. This is my little apricot tree. So now what I'm going to do is I will be giving it a little bit of water after I've done all of this, just to moisten the block where it was actually in this the soil where it was in, because that was quite dry. I didn't want to wait it, give it some water last night or yesterday morning or even today, because it's so much easier to take it out. And then we do the same thing for the next one. You put in your soil, another apricot tree, just squeeze it, and it comes out so beautifully, And here you can, oh, I don't want to hurt it, but you can actually see the root the root, the first root coming down there, and then all the side roots falling from there. So just pop it in there without disturbing that roots. And I'm just going to use my hands because I really don't want to hurt this plant at all. And there's my second apricot. Know that when you plant when you plant fruit seeds, you don't usually get the fruit that you're going to be getting from the tree is usually not true to type. So you will be getting a tree and you will be getting fruit, but usually when you graft, if you like a certain type of tree and you graft the tree, then you will get the exact same type of fruit. But with the seeds, you're not going to get the same type of fruit. It might be something that's inedible, it might be something that's super tasty, maybe better than the mother fruit was. But for me, it's just the excitement of actually planting the seed and seeing it grow, and not knowing what the fruit is going to look like. Yes, it's going to be an apricot, but you don't know what type of apricot it is, because they have a mother plant and a father plant. So it actually works exactly like so. It will have some of the genetic components from the male plant that was its parent, and one genetic component from the female plant, and that is how get to the plant that we are going to know, that we have now planted. So that seed contains genetic makeup from both the male plant and the female plant, the male parent plant and the female parent plant. So like I say, they usually grow much bigger than your grafted trees. Sometimes they grow a lot bigger than the grafted trees, and then also they live for a lot longer than your grafted trees. However, the grafted trees, the fruit from there, you can be sure what you're going to get, whereas with this, you don't know what you're going to get. Okay, so now I am going to be doing all the others, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to split. So let's prepare the pot for the two pots. Let's prepare the two pots for the apricot. So we have now prepared the two pots for this. This is now an apricot and an apple. So let's just get this out. Look at the root formation. We now need to separate this. So I'm going to keep it over. I cannot believe I've separated these two. Apple and the apricot. So I think let's first do the apple because it's a lot smaller than the apricot, and I should actually have just made this one, just put the soil all on top and then planted this in here. I didn't realize that the root system is not as big as that of the apricot. It's not as deeply rooted. And I'm going to give you an update, but right now I am just hoping for the best for this little apple plant. I'm not sure how it's going to do. Like I say, I will give an update, and I will put the date on today's date, the 6th of Feb, that I've potted it. Looks quite fine. So this is what it looks like. Right, and this shouldn't be a problem. Here you can actually see, the root ball, and you can see the apricot seed there. So let's do this. I'm just taking some of this here as well, and I'm topping it up with the soil. Sometimes I just use my hands because it's just so much easier. I'm hoping to leave this in here for about 3 months. Well, I don't know how fast it's going to grow because it is the first time that I've grown a apricot tree from seed. In fact, it's the first time that I've ever grown an apricot tree. So here we go. That's 3 apricot trees there. And then we've got this one, which is quite dry and doesn't look a bit straggly. Let's get this one out as well. But I think a ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 that have made it with regards to the apricots, that's quite good. Listen guys, I'm a novice gardener, and the reason I'm doing this is to encourage all of you other novice gardeners and homesteaders to not lose hope of ever growing your own trees, growing your own veggies, growing your own fruit, having your own gardens. We can do it. We can do it. We'll make mistakes. It won't be as perfect and as it should be, but as we go along, see there, how nice doesn't this look? Okay, and here we have the one. Here we have the second one. 1, 2, 3. How nice is that? 4. So these are the 2. Yeah, I must relabel this because still I've used the spot previously for something else. So those are my 2, and these are my other 2 out of 5. One didn't make it, but that I think I would say that's a good enough ratio. 80% win. 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 80% win. Okay, so now we've got, I only did 2. I've actually done some more apple. This one, I don't know, it doesn't look too good, but we're still going to try and pot it and just see, perhaps it will do a little bit better with some nutrients in it. The soil's perhaps got some more nutrients, it's a bit too much. Yeah, I know the roots, it does have a root system at the bottom here. It actually does have a root system, so hopefully it will become a little bit more healthier after the transplant. I'm going to give it a nice watering when I'm done with this now. Okay, so here are my 2 apple seedlings. They both survived. The one didn't do as well as the other one, but it made it. So we'll see how they go, and then I will give you guys an update on the apricot and the apple trees. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to clean up. Okay, so there they are, and I'll just take my water can and just lightly give them a nice deep watering. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget that the best way that you can support this channel is to subscribe to the channel and share it on all your social media platforms. It would mean so much to me. So, till next time, you and may Allah bless you abundantly, inshallah.